G'day, how are you all? Welcome back to Art with Alison. Today I'm going to be doing a test pour. Just going to be using this card. This is 950 GSM card, which is A3 in size, and yeah, you can buy it. I think I got it off Amazon or eBay. Anyway, it just means that you're able to try out different combinations without worrying about wasting a canvas, or you know what I mean. So I'm inspired by Mina from Mina Villegas art, I think it is, and she's done some wonderful paintings recently using what she calls a fantasy pour, which is basically a mixture of straight pour and travelling ring pour. I thought that I'd give it a go. I also saw Sarah Mac do one the other day, which of course, being Sarah Mac, turned out wonderfully. Now, I've recently managed to be successful in purchasing a silicone cup, which is great because it means I can get a nice sharp spout, hopefully, with this. And yeah, it's 8-ounce cup or 250 mils. So I'll be putting my paints in here. Most of these are Eraldo paints. This is Eraldo Deep Sea. This is Eraldo Cool Blue. Eraldo Cobolt Hue. Eraldo White. This is Eraldo Purple. Yeah, I've got most of these are mixed 1-to-1 with Floetrol, excuse me, except for the Deep Sea, which is 2-to-1, because that was actually quite a thick paint. This one's Eraldo Magenta. Instead of the white, I'm going to add a bit of, this is just Sonjas Pearl. This is a mixture of paints that I managed to save from poured off paint from when I was doing my series of blues in the small canvases. And it's, yeah, if you look at those you can see what the colours are, but it's a mixture of blues and aquas basically. A beautiful colour. Maybe I should have put white between. The reason for putting white between is if you don't want your colours to mix, like that blue and the magenta might not make a pretty colour when they mix together, whereas the Deep Sea and the Cool Blue and the Cobalt Hue, you know, I think won't matter too much if they mix together a little bit. But then I put the white to break that up between the blue and the purple. Just helps to make it more defined. And magenta. Whereas magenta and purple won't matter if they mix, they can make a pretty colour. And I'll go back to white. And the Deep Sea again. These are quite thin layers. We'll try this out. I might need to next time make my layers thicker, as in more paint in each layer. But it's all experimenting. Seeing what, I'll go back with the pearl. The pearl is basically a metallic white, which can give some nice effects. And purple. That pearl's a bit too thick, so it didn't really work as a barrier there, did it? I might just leave it at that because it can look quite nice even if you do a few of these. Right, I'm going to start in this corner up here. Start with a straight pour and then travel along here a bit, straight, travel. The straight bits enable you to get more of a solid colour, and the travelling bits give you the lovely lines. I'll bring it around here now. They're quite pretty. The noises you can hear in the background, by the way, are my dogs. A lot of snoring happening at the moment. It's evening and they're all having a snooze. All right. Might with this one make the layers a little bit thicker. So put in a little bit more paint for each layer. That way I can see what the difference is. By pouring it down the side, it stops the paint from going straight to the bottom, so it helps to stop the paints from mixing too much. As if you might see sometimes people pour them from up high, and it really gets the paints to mix up together. All right. Start down here this time. Actually, something I saw Mina do was that she then would go back and do it again, and that gave some lovely effects. So I might try that a bit. It's all experimenting. No right or wrong really, it's all trying out different ways and seeing what you like. Just some white paint. I'll just add a bit of extra water to it. By doing that, it just helps the paint that you'll, like I'm going to tip it in a minute, and then these paints are going to move, and if there's nothing next to the paint, they tend to roll over themselves, and so you lose a lot of the pattern. Whereas by doing this, it helps you to keep the pattern. Give it a quick torch, don't pop any air bubbles. This will bring up any cells. This is pretty. That looks lovely. That's quite effective. Wow, I quite like that blue there with the white. And the purple with the little pink stripes in it. Alright. So I think I'll head off that way first, towards that corner. Now, even though I'm likely to lose a fair bit of paint, it is in the stretching that you get your nice effects often. Bring that back to the centre. Might continue it down this corner. Back to the centre. Go down that corner. Lost some of those pretty bits, but that's what happens. Back to the centre. Go down to this corner. There we are. Back to the centre. Look. Yeah, that's gone a bit thin down there. I'll go back down there. No, I wanted to keep the corner bits because that was looking quite effective, but for some reason I think the consistency of that paint there is different. It's behaving differently. Maybe I torched that section a bit more, who knows, but it's gone now. Alright, take that back to the centre. Not too keen on that big patch of green up there. Torch it in a minute, see if there's anything hiding under there. Otherwise I'll tip it off. Let's bring that back to there because just that corner there didn't really tip off completely. That is one of the things with this card, is often the edges are not completely consistent. That's quite pretty. Just wipe my hands. I really love this bit here. This is just gorgeous. And this is interesting. And this bit has a lovely difference of effect. This is pretty in here. Then I really don't like that green there. If I tip it off, I'll probably lose that, which is quite pretty, but then, yeah, not that keen on this corner. Maybe I'll just tip it off that way. The paint's not moving much now, so it's an indication that there's no longer an excess amount of paint. If your paint's moving really quickly, then it likely means that you've still got a heap of paint. Something I could do is say there's no rules, do what you like. Just to break up that big thick section of green. I know it's nice to have some solid areas to rest your eyes, etc., but yeah, not so much the green. That's which I haven't got any paint to be off my finger. That purple stripe there looks quite pleasant. Well, it's a good experiment. I'll give it another go with some different colours. As I said before, I love this bit here. And this here is interesting. Yeah, that's really pretty in there actually. And I've still got that pretty bit there. Yeah, it's something a bit different, isn't it? I think next time I'll break up the colours a bit more, maybe. It'd be nice to have, yeah, maybe there are white lines between them, but I think that's what I'm liking, the white lines between, maybe put white or even gold between the layers, each colour, see what that does. Yeah, maybe I'll try that next. Okay, I'll bring you in for a close-up. Love that part, that's my favourite. Okay, thanks heaps for watching. If you like what you've seen, please push the like button or the thumbs up. Yeah, it's really encouraging when I see that. And if you haven't already, subscribe and hit the bell, and then you can be notified when I put up more videos. Alright, thanks heaps again for watching. Bye for now.